What you need to grow on Instagram. First is your content. In my case, I'm a freelancer, a small business owner, and also a mom. So what I share in my profile is about my products, reels based on my products, and I do not share labeled designs. Rather, I share my clients' pictures. Let me show you. So this is how I share. I repost my clients' pictures. And I also share small business tips. And in case I have faced any issues in my business, I post it after it is resolved. So because of this, people follow me. And I also share my personal life and routines. Some of my followers follow me because they connect to me as a mother and because I post activities. And some people follow me for my small business tips and sessions. Some people follow me for my labels. I have some trusted connection with them, whether or not they are my customers or whether they are just my followers. What I do is I do not go and tell my customer to buy my product, but I just share whatever info I know about my product, about my small business or anything. So what happens is my visibility gets increased. I like to blog my experience, and that is why I have shared about my personal life. But it is not required that you need to share about your personal life to grow your Instagram content or business. I'm just trying to tell that whatever you are comfortable with sharing, you can share it across, but it should have some value for the follower who is following you. Instagram was about sharing pictures, but now sharing just your product pictures might not be as interesting as it used to be. Instead, you can share something related to your product that will be interesting. For example, if you're making a unicorn cake, then you can show how you make the unicorn part of the cake for your followers. So I have a product, I sell my health mix. So I could probably show how my kid Tanishka likes to drink it. So there will be a human element to the product. So it will also be like a review of my health mix that my kid likes to drink it. And so what the follower will be seeing is that their kid might also like to have my health mix. So that's what we are trying to convey here. So try and check for ideas, but try something new, not the same reels, not the same steps, something different. Even though it might be basic, try to add a value to your Instagram content. Second is customer service. This is about how you respond and provide service to your audience as well as your customers. So when I mean audience here, they might not be your customers. They might not come to you for a product, for a product question. They might come to you for some other doubts. Just see if you can help them with that. For example, I post about small business tips, and even on the days I do not post, if someone asks me if I can help, I respond immediately to them. I'll show you a snippet here. So here, one of my followers wanted to know how I design my Instagram post, and I respond to them that, yeah, I can share the details. And I also quickly share my video on how it is done. You can see that she's very happy with the response. So when I say customer support, it's not only about your product or after sales or review. It also means how you connect with your customers or your audience in general. So this person, she's my follower and she's also my customer. So this is the way I respond, be it a business or an informative inquiry. Your purpose does not stop with just your content, but also with what else you provide as customer support. So the last point and the most important point is consistency. Although I have been on Instagram since the beginning, I have been very consistent with my product as well as the other postings and knowledge sharing only for about 2 years now. And this 2 years, my profits as well as my revenue has increased a lot. So this is a very important point which you need to think and strategize. It doesn't mean you need to post every day. If you're posting on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, just make sure you're consistently doing that. These 3 points, if you can strategize, then everything else is going to be useful. So now we'll go to the Instagram algorithm and what enables the algorithm. So this is only the technical part of things. So once you have your content ready, all this will be useful. So what you need to remember that these are only enablers. So only when you nail the content, customer support and consistency will the technical part of things make sense. So first is hashtags. So this is very, very important. Be it a post, a story, or even a reel, you can use hashtags. Search in Instagram is only via hashtags. So let me show you. So in usual search, if I say Rasamalai cake, it will not show up. Okay, so it's going to show you as hashtags. So when you search for something on Instagram, it's going to show you the related hashtag. So I'll just be able to go into Rasamalai cake and see all the posts that are coming up for that one. So here in hashtags, you can see there are two sections. One is the top post section. Another one will be the most recent section. So what I'm trying to say here is that only with hashtags, your post will be searchable. Also, you don't have to always go for the popular hashtags. For example, specialty is going to be making Rasamalai cake. If you're a baker, your hashtag can be Rasamalai. As well as you can also use other popular hashtags like probably homemade cakes or just cakes. So when I say Rasamalai cake, there are like 10,000 posts for this one. Let me highlight it. So if I'm going to say search for homemade cakes. Yeah. So you can see that there are about 60 lakh usages for this one. So since that Rasamalai cake hashtag is not popular at the moment, with time, your post will kick up and it will come to the top post section. So you're going to start using that particular hashtag now for your Rasamalai cakes. After a year or 1.5 years, your particular post will be more reachable. So it will pick up since you have used it very early on when the hashtag is getting popular. As for other popular hashtags like these homemade cakes, your post will not be visible in top post, whereas you can see it here in most recent. Probably if you have posted the latest one, it's going to come up here. So this is how you can mingle the popular hashtags and the less popular hashtags. So Instagram will allow you 30 hashtags at any time. So using all or most of these 30 hashtags can be useful. So while I am working on the content, I use this hashtagcounter.com, which is a free website which is used to count hashtags. So what I will do is when I am preparing my content and when I want to type something, when I say labels and cards designed and printed by Funkiden for and I say this. So when I count, it will tell me how many hashtags I have used in. I use hashtags in the middle of the content sometimes. And once I'm done with my content, I just choose all the relevant hashtags that are coming. So I have a hashtag for myself. I have a hashtag called Funkiden, Funkiden Life, and Funkiden Tribe. So when I'm posting my customer clicks, I use Funkiden Tribe. Want to see specifically my content, they might go and follow Funkiden or Funkiden Tribe or Funkiden Life. So that is the reason it is important that you have a hashtag for yourself. Apart from that, you can add all the related hashtags you feel like, maybe labels and cards or branding and so on. So once you're done, you can just count here. And if you have something like 25 hashtags, you can probably think about adding a few more. If you use all the 30 hashtags, then your post might end up being more searchable under all the hashtags. So next is designing your post. So your product pictures or the content that you share on Instagram, that needs to be presentable. For this, there is a need for designing app. So it is called canva.com to design your post. So they have many templates available. You can choose the one that fits your taste and content. Let me show you. So this is the Canva app. So if I want to create an Instagram post, I will go into design and I will choose Instagram post. So if I want to design a story, I'll go into stories. So you can just use one of these content and just create whatever you would like to create. So you can probably add this, add one of your product pictures here and just remove or edit this kind of content and post it on your Instagram. As for me, product pictures, I use a very simple template. Let me show you. So I use something like this. So this is my client's picture. My template has only a border. So whatever I want to explain, I usually explain in the description box. For labels and cards, I usually just repost and hence I don't follow any format. I just go ahead and repost it. So for my business post, if I want to explain something, I use this kind of content. For my reviews, I use this kind of a template. And when I use this, I just change the color to suit my Instagram post. For example, okay. So here, because I'm posting a photo board and the related review, I have used the same color of the photo board in the border just to, maintain a format. It will be very easy for your followers to differentiate your content. So when I see this, I know it's going to be a review, or most of my followers will know that. So the same way for maintaining the grid, this is also for the same reason, to differentiate and also to maintain the view of your page. Again, you can use templates or format for your page. Since I use my page for both my business as well as personal content, let me show you what I follow. So either all the three will be a personal content or all the three will be a business content. If not, then what I follow is the leftmost will be my personal content, whereas the rightmost will be business content for me. Here again, since I'm doing labels and cards for businesses as well as customized gifts, to show a difference, I will post 2 lines of my customized gift. Here, because my bottle is on sale, I have put 2 lines of bottles and followed by 2 lines of my business content. So when I do this, what I see is my visibility has increased. When somebody wants to see my customized gifts, they know that they can just skip 2 lines, see this, skip 2 lines, and then again look for my gift. So when people want to see my labels and cards, they can also check very easily. So I make sure when I post about my labels and cards, I do not post two of the same category. For example, here I have posted about silk thread jewelry, whereas here I have posted about a skincare brand. Because my client will be benefited. If somebody wants to go and check this particular page for skincare, they can do so. They are not confused between two different skincare pages. So just to avoid that conflict, I have chosen this particular format for my page. So next is reposting. Reposting is, since my brand is making labels and cards for other small businesses, I use an app called Repost app. So what I do here is I just need to copy the link and post it. Yeah. So when I do this, I will get the image and the content from my client's page. So this is how I am doing reposting. So I will just download this and the content and I will post it on my page. So instead of posting the design of my label, using a picture from my client is very helpful because one, it shows everyone that my label is looking good on print as well instead of just the design. And number two, it shows that my label is being used by brands. So if reposting is applicable for your business, I will recommend using that. And next is the product description and caption. Okay. So let me show. Okay. So in the captions and description, you always make sure that all the details of the product are entered here. And as I mentioned earlier, hashtags. Make sure that all the, you make use of all the 30 hashtags that is allowed. So most people here do not read in detail, but for the percentage of people who do read the description, this is very useful and ensure you can reply to your customers promptly and with all the details. Reposting done. Okay, done. Quick replies. Okay. Next is posting reviews on your Instagram. I find it very useful to post reviews on my Instagram. It helps to build credibility. So do give it a try. I use this particular app. It's called Facebook Business Suite. It is free and it is provided by Facebook. So this is the app I use for scheduling. You can go to posts and stories. So you can see that I have scheduled some of my content for today. So you can use this free app for scheduling. So for this one, the size should follow Instagram story or post size, which you can design with Canva. So you can just post your photo here, content here, and it will also give you the timeline when you can post, when it will be most suitable based on your visibility. So if I want to post at a later date, say 22nd of December, I can plan for that kind of content now itself and save. I have a detailed video on how to schedule. So I will share it to you after this. Why this Facebook Business Suite for scheduling is important is that sometimes we feel in the mood to create content and sometimes we do not feel like creating content at that time. So it is not good to post like 10 posts at a time when you're in the mood and no post at all when you're down. There needs to be a consistency in how we post. To ensure this, you can try to plan and schedule your content. So what I do is I plan my content whenever I'm in the mood. I schedule my post and story wherever applicable. So if I'm planning an offer sometime in January, then this is the same banner that I will need to post probably 2 days once or 3 days once till the offer time ends. So suppose I'm going to go on offer from January 1st to 15th. What I will do is I'll just create a post like this and I will post it every 2 days. So I just reuse my content in that way, and we cannot schedule reels at the moment. So for this, what I do is I create a reminder in my Google Calendar. It is a very, very good practice to plan the content ahead of time. So since I have already mentioned, I have a detailed video on this. So I will share it to you after the session. You can have a look at it. Next one is Reels. Yes, Reels. So not only Reels, but whenever a feature is launched, do give it a try. For now, it's a Reel, so make use of Reels. It can be making Reels, your introduction, something about your brand, something about your product, and if it is applicable, your product installation. So Reels are trending now, so you can just go ahead and try it. So that's all about what I know about Instagram. So your doubts is how to design posts in such a way that we can reach or engage more followers, and how can we keep our feed interesting. Okay. So for design, you can use canva.com. It is not necessary that you have to have a perfect design. You just need to start and keep improving from there. So the person who posted this question was Riba Silk Thread. So let me just go into your profile, and so as you see here, Rishi, so your pictures are amazing, the lovely clicks, but this will only interest your customers, right? So think on the lines that how can someone who is not your customer engage with you? So I'm not a silk thread person, but let me just give you some examples. So I saw that you're already doing some packing deals, right? So you're already doing packing reels, and you have see here that you have reached around 6,000 people already. So the other things that you can post is how you have organized your silk threads. Basically your workspace. You can show your audience how you have organized your silk threads, and you can share about how you style your silk thread jewelry. You can make yourself some silk thread jewelry. You can show the outfit with which you're going to match it. You can show how you can style it and with what type of clothes. You can show that it can be styled with Western wear, Indian wear, and so on. So the more styling you show, that is more opportunity for you to sell your silk thread jewelry. So this will be engaging, and viewers will come into your profile, and later these viewers will also become your customers. And I know that Rishi from Ribas has a kid of my age. So if you're comfortable, you can also make some jewelry for your kids, and you can show how you styled it on your kids too. This way, what will happen is it will create interest with mothers like me who have kids of the same age, and they will also become your customers. And you can also post something like maybe a DIY of how you can do the silk thread jewelry, materials needed, and making also. So these are just ideas. So first, what you can do is you can post what you're comfortable with, but something other than pictures. I mean, just pictures. You can also share tips. You can see which kind of post people are engaging with, and then you can decide and improvise according to that. And somebody asked about downloading voice messages from Instagram. Actually, I had downloaded a voice review from my customer, and I had posted it as a Instagram post. So what I do for this is there is a Chrome extension called Instagram Voice Downloader. I will send this link also after the session. So when you use that in your Chrome browser, any audio can be downloaded like this. And I later used Canva and posted it on my grid. For downloading it from Instagram, you have this Chrome extension. It's called Instagram Voice Downloader. I will send the link for this after the session. So what you can do is you just download your specific voice message, whichever you want, as audio clip. So once you get this, you can go into your Canva and you can upload the voice message into your Canva. So once it's uploaded, you can just use the clip. So you can just use that particular clip here and you can keep the voice and just edit. So I use two apps. I use another app called KindMaster, which I use for video editing. So I did not use Canva for this one, but you can download the audio clip in this fashion and use it on your Instagram post. In Canva also it's possible. I have not tried it out yet, so I'll not be able to show you. I use KindMaster. So as for WhatsApp message, it already comes with a download option. When you log into WhatsApp, you can download from there itself. I hope that's clear. The other doubts was about maintaining grid, choosing the right caption. There is nothing like a right caption. So if you're selling a product, just make sure all the information is there in caption. As long as it has all the information, any caption is a right caption. So maintaining the grid, I have already explained. Hashtags and how to post on stories and reels. Okay, so for stories and reels, I'll not be able to show here because the web app, I think, doesn't support that. So this option is also there in your mobile app. So when you go to the plus symbol, it will show you the post, story and reel option. For story, you can use Canva to design. For reel also, you can use Canva to design. But I find KindMaster easier to edit. So I use KindMaster. It is a video editing app. And how to increase sales through Instagram. This was another doubt posted to me. So the more you engage, the more chances that you will increase your sales. So you have to keep experimenting with this, with the content that you are posting. And you will finally come to a conclusion on what works for you and what helps to reach people. That's it. If you have any doubts, you can go ahead and ask. I guess some people have posted in chat. Okay, let me. Can you show repost? Yes, sure. I'll show repost again. So, okay. The link is repostapp.com. So what you have to do is you go into any business page or so suppose Butterfly Beauty Bliss is one of my client. So what I usually do is I search. So this is the label that I have designed. So to repost this particular picture, I have to go into copy link. So once I have copied the link, I come back to repost app. I paste the Instagram link here. So one thing to note here is the profile you are copying from, it needs to be a public profile. Only then you will get this image and the caption. If it is a private profile, you'll not be able to copy it. So once I have the repost, I'll download from here. And when I click here, the caption is also copied. So I have my caption, I have my image now. So I can just go and post it on my Instagram.
If we post the price, it is easy for the people to inquire with us. But I make chocolates.
Okay.
I make different kinds of chocolates, and My chocolates rates differs based on the flavors and nuts or whatever I use.
Okay. So
in that case, when a customer asks for customization or something else, I cannot give them the rates then and there.
yes, you are right. You are right. So in that case, you can give an approximate pricing. Or you can say that based on customization, the price is going to change. So if you would like to inquire or order, you can contact me on DM. So when it is a customized product, you cannot help it. But some people do not post the price because they feel that some other business owners are using it.
That is true.
Yeah, so that's why I mentioned it is totally dependent on what constraints you are facing. It just makes it easier for me, so I add it. But if not, you can choose how you want your content to be.
Oh.
So if you're customizing, you can just mention about what kind of customization you offer. That much you can do it in the description and you can ask them to DM.
Okay.
You can always reach out to me later on if you have any doubts.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for participating. I'll log off now. Thank you.
Bye-bye.